Biden repeats the same story word for word, just minutes apart, raising fresh concerns about his age and fitness for office. Ladies and gentlemen, he's getting even worse. But it's funny. And there's a number of cognitively impaired blunders that this popular president has done recently. Let's take a look. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friends, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. Because I love freedom. It's my number one value. So, our Commander-in-Chief, man, he's a strong leader, isn't he? Obviously, it's no secret. He's not starting to cognitively decline. That started a long time ago. He is declined, and it's getting even worse. And it's funny. Now, you've probably heard me say this before on other videos. It's a little disclaimer. It's maybe even a virtue signal of me. Probably shameless doing that. But I don't think it's funny to laugh at someone who is impaired cognitively. I mean, it's a very sad situation when people reach that stage in their later years. But what is hilarious is having the deception, the puppeteering deception of the tyrannical people who are using Biden as a puppet, having that exposed. That is hilarious. Cool, you're trying to lie and deceive us, but here's some obvious stuff that shows your deception. That's what I find hilarious about any situation with Hunter's dad, whether he's falling upstairs, falling on a stage, falling up more stairs, falling off his bike, shaking hands with air, almost falling off a stage. It's hilarious, not because of what's happening, but because that exposes the deception and lies of the puppet masters. I've got a handful of things he's done recently. This is going to be kind of a lightning round. We're going to hit them all real quick. Short, sweet, hilarious. I think you're going to like it. So, top of the video, I shared the recent one. Biden repeats same story word for word, just minutes apart, raising fresh concerns about his age fitness for office. So unfortunately, there's not video of that, at least not video that I was able to find. I, of course, am a connoisseur of those kind of videos, so I looked for it. So it's just now more of a report. Biden, here's what happened. Biden was at a fundraiser for his campaign in New York, talking to the donors, the rich people who are, I guess, pro-communism. So like, let's pay this guy, or they're trying to pay him, whatever reason, they're donors. So he's doing a speech. It's what they do at their little campaign events. And in this speech, he talked about Charlottesville in 2017 and President Trump's response to it. And that's what motivated me to run for president. So he told that story. It's cool. Great story, Joe. And then minutes later, he repeated the same story, by all accounts, almost word for word, which obviously conveys he didn't remember he just told that story minutes later. That is very sad for him. Incredibly sad. Hilarious for us as we just imagine what the puppet masters are feeling and thinking when that happens. They're probably stressing out backstage. Like, dude, I hope he doesn't tell it for a third time. No way we can cover that up. But what else has Uncle Joe Biden done recently? Well, he's done some things. While in New York, Biden had some meetings and press conference with the Brazilian president. There's multiple cases of laughter that came from this. First case, walking on stage, and you'll see he just walks into the Brazilian flag. There you go, got it. Cool. It's hard to see those things that are hiding there in plain sight. I mean, it's like you can see them with your vision, but aside from that, you would have no way of knowing they're there. But it gets better. And here what we'll see is Biden snubbing a handshake with Brazil's president Lula, and you'll see Lula's reaction. He seems perturbed by it. So, which, by the way, the start of this, you're seeing Biden shaking hands. It's kind of like a presidential statesman thing to do. If you're on stage with people, you shake their hands before you exit the stage. And Biden shakes this man's hand, probably like, I'll shake your hand because of diversity. I want to look inclusive. But he doesn't bother to shake Brazil's president's hand. He looked at him, shake hands there, and off we go. See, watch Brazil's president's reaction. What he does with his hand, he doesn't look necessarily happy about it. There we go. Let's just watch it one more time. Snub the handshake. By the way, let's even rewind further. This is like play-by-play. Biden looks at him. So we knew Biden at least had some awareness that Lula was an existing human being on the stage. He at least knew that because he saw him. But that might be a stretch because he walked into a flag he didn't see. But and off we go. We don't like that, do we? Similar manners to little Medal of Honor ceremony that happened recently as well. Let's take a look at that. So awarding this fine military man a medal. Cool. Shaking his hand. That's someone who exists. That's great. Salute. And the ceremony wasn't over. But off he goes. Time to visit the toilet. Yeah, we got things to do. He just left the ceremony. This was all over. Like, the ceremony was not over. He was not supposed to leave. Like, it's like in the middle of a wedding. If the pastor, just like, you're a third of the way through the wedding and he just bolts out the back door. Like, he was done with it. This is being interpreted as incredibly disrespectful, because it is. And I don't think it's disrespectful because Biden is sitting there intentionally trying to be disrespectful. I think it comes across disrespectful because he's doing disrespectful things because he's not aware. He's not aware of the situation. He's not aware of what's supposed to happen. In a situation like this, I guarantee he's briefed like, hey, here's the order of events. Here's what's going to happen. That's just something that the people around you that run you, they do that. So he's not aware of what he was told, not aware of how the ceremony is supposed to go, not aware of when he's supposed to leave. He just left. But back to his encounter with the Brazilian president. So in a second, we'll see Brazil's president multiple times asking Biden if he can hear him. And I think it is hilarious that Brazil's president knows he needs to check in, like, are you hearing me? He knows the guy's not very aware. I mean, we just saw a couple clips that evidence that.
Well, first of all, I would like to greet President Biden and to say to President Biden, can you hear me, President Biden? This is a historical moment for Brazil and for the U.S. President Biden, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Apparently not. I'll ask you again. The meeting with Brazil's president, Biden really just knocked it out of the park. Here he is addressing the president who is sitting maybe 5 feet away from him, which is frightening. I mean, aren't we needing to do social distancing again, Uncle Joe? By the way, the Medal of Honor ceremony that Biden just bounced from, Jean-Karine Pierre, whatever the press secretary's name is, her cover for that is, Biden wanted to leave so he could minimize his contact and exposure with other people. It's great. So Biden's addressing the guy. He's sitting right there, and Biden is looking down at his note card, reading word for word. One, that's disrespectful unto itself. You might want to look at someone when they're talking to you. And the other thing is, it shows he is so unaware, so, challenged cognitively that they know, like, if we want him to say what we want him to say, we have to write it down. And he needs to just read it. Here's what that'll look like.
When I hosted you at the White House in February, you said that we have...
Hosted you at the White House in February. Who are you talking to? Are you telling the note card you hosted it at the White House? Because that's how it looks.
An obligation to leave the next generation a better world.
Cool. Just quick look.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Got it. Now we feel normal.
And Brazil and the United States are meeting that obligation together. At least that is our intention. We've begun.
Well, multiple note cards. Look at that. He's got a lot to say. So that's what that looked like. And then lastly, following the meeting with the Brazilian president, obviously a very successful meeting, making America look really well with our chief representative. Meeting's kind of over. There's a bunch of reporters around. They're all throwing questions at Biden. And as RNC Research tweeted, he just stares off into the abyss. Now the question to ask yourself is, does this look like someone who is cognitively with it, aware of what's going on?
We better get on to business, I guess, here.
On the UAW, President, do you?
Taking it in. Just take this in. I don't know what's going on.
I got you, man.
I've had fun with these. There's just countless examples of what Biden actually is, and it's hilarious. It just, the whole deception, it's not believable anymore. It wasn't believable in the beginning to me anyway, probably not you either, but these things happen all the time, and these clips were just from like the past few days. I would love our tax dollars to be spent wisely, where we have a film crew on him 24/7, because it's like, dude, if you're gonna run the country, we pay you your presidential salary, that's from our tax money, so I want to get my money's worth from my taxes, so I want to be entertained by this man. And these are very entertaining clips, but I want more of them. That's why I think we should just mandate cameras on him 24/7. Let's just catch it all. It'll lift the spirits of Americans. We're going to be laughing more, smiling more, and that might be the one way that Hunter's dad can actually bring real benefit to America. That's my opinion. That's what I stand for. That's my politics. I want more entertainment from President Biden. We got to get cameras on him 24/7. So with that said, my freedom-loving friends, thank you for watching this video with me. Thank you for laughing. Thank you for crying when we remind ourselves, oh, that's our president. But nonetheless, thank you for being with me on this. I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video. But before that, I got a message for you. Do you want to be an unhealthy piece of garbage your entire life? Well, me either. That's why I love Bond Charge, a holistic wellness company that offers a wide range of products to help you up-level your life in every way. And their red light therapy devices are amongst my favorites. Why is that? Because I'm getting old and I injure myself all the time. I always have sore muscles or I hurt myself working out. Most recently, I threw my back out playing pickleball. It hurt. Because red light therapy helps with sore muscles, accelerates healing recovery, accelerates recovery from exercise, helps with wrinkles, anti-aging effects on the skin. It helps with sleep and relaxation, and a lot more. So it used to be when I would injure myself or I have sore muscles, I'd just sit around waiting, not doing anything about it, helpless, not really knowing what to do about it. So now I just increase my time in front of the red light therapy device. This is the Super Hive Max, which I love. And I find with my challenges like my back, my sore muscles, the red light therapy helps me recover faster and get back in action real quick. And also I'm getting old, I'm 42 and my face looks like it. That's why I've been using the Bond Charge red light face mask. I've been doing 10-minute sessions for the anti-aging effects. And plus when you have this on, nobody's gonna break into your house to rob you. You look a little too intimidating. I'm someone that likes to take control over my health and well-being, doing everything I can, and red light therapy has earned its place in my life as a staple in my health program. If you'd like to check out Bond Charge's amazing selection of red light therapy devices and other amazing health and wellness products, just go to bondcharge.com/JPReacts. And while you're there, be sure to use the discount code JPReacts to get yourself 15% off. Happy health and healing, my friend.